Morningstar / Demon Sword event confirmed for this year. Aegon is finally fixed and Aarkus Bug could see compensation. And yes, by the power of Thor, it is time for Marvel Contest of Champions news for Monday. Also a quick reminder, myself and Dan of Frontline MCOC, we're going to be doing a Marvel Realm of Champions live stream today at 1500 hours GMT. Links are in the description to the second channel and look forward to welcome you to that stream later on today. But also there will be some MCOC live streaming tonight. I've got to finish off the side quests and then tomorrow I can either get into doing Path 2 of Abyss of Legends or do 7.1 Exploration Start. I'm toying between doing Path 2 of Abyss. I think that's kind of stronger because now Aegon has been fixed. More on that in a moment. But before I go absolutely everywhere, I've got to give a massive thank you to my current Patrons and YouTube members. Thank you so much for giving that support to the channel. It does mean a lot to me. And as well, those that do support over on twitch.tv/RichTheMan live, those that give the free Prime Gaming once a month, that subscription massively helps out. And also incredible assistance and help from those that do tier 1 subs to the channel and give gifted subs and bits. And I look forward to seeing you all later on. But the MCOC news has got to kick off with this amazing piece of work. McCoc has done it again. This amazing beta ray bill. Just love the Stormbreaker. I love the glimmer with the gold, as always should be with Stormbreaker. But look, we got an Apocalypse straight up just brawl fest. But Apocalypse is he's not going to settle down very easily, especially kind of like the sands of time are going to absorb him as he's going to turn into Realm of Champions version of Apocalypse and then try and rain down some pain. But look, it's beta ray bill, man. It's good that, like I'd say, McCoc is kind of coming into his element when it comes to creating these little fight interactions from a point of going, look, you know, we've got one champion throwing specials and beta ray bill throwing specials. I love that wide angle shot. That's very like it's paying homage to Thor Ragnarok, if anybody doesn't know some of these references, because Nick does that. He does loads of little references in his videos. But you should go and check it out. Link is in the description down below and support McCoc. Next up, and we've got Spider-Ham. Spider-Ham crashing games as fast as he can, and it's a case it's still prevalent. I haven't seen this with iPhone 12 Pro, but it doesn't mean to say that it's like could be at random times that this happens. But yeah, like it's still nothing is being done about this, and I don't know when something is going to happen. Someone said they got an iPhone XS, and that's an issue. iPhone 8 crashing still. iPhone 7 Plus for me worked, but like I said, like we recorded something for a video, it was fine, but this could be something that's not fine in arena or very very other content. God, I can't even get my words out. In other types of content. Yes, I'm definitely using my words on a Monday morning. It's pre-coffee, people. I need a coffee to wake myself up. Now, sticking with bugs, and on the 15th of January, it still was a case that the Aegon bug was not fixed. If you don't know already, there was 2 parts to this bug, with potentially 3 parts, but the main thing was that you were not able to stack your Furies after a specific amount of combos, which was over 300. There were times as well when you were getting hit, but you were not getting your Furies as well. So if you get hit with Aegon, you gain Furies. And it was a case that players were not getting them, which is kind of important for the latter parts of some endgame content, especially to ramp up damage when being hit. It's the obvious thing. But it was said it was fixed and it was broken, and now it's a case with Kabambu said on the 15th of January, fantastic news, a fix should have arrived, so please check in-game, let us know. We're still having some issues here, thank you. If you're still having some issues there, thank you so much for your patience. And I've had a few people kind of reach out to say it has been fixed. I've made a fast test, looks like he's getting Furies now when he's hit, and yep, going a bit further on. Many players are saying that this is resolved, so let's just say this is now fixed, and content is now able to be smashed from an endgame perspective. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be considering either doing Abyss tomorrow or I'll be doing 7.1, but it just depends on units, time, and whether I can be bothered to sit on one piece of content and grind out for 8 hours a time. But we'll have to see. I'll push through stiff upper lip. Also, I came across this particular bug, or this response. We did cover this, the Aarkus Bug, a little while ago. If you're not familiar, the prestige has been nerfed for the champion based on, if you don't know, when you awaken a champion, add signatures, it can play into the hands of prestige, and we talk about that a lot. There's also like a little prestige number, a prestige rating, when it's on your profile picture. But there's a lot of players that have ranked up or have put signature stones in Aarkus for a specific reason. This player here says everyone who used signature stones on any version of Vision Aarkus should get his or her signature stones back, since Kabam haven't resolved the problem on his prestige, especially for those that have him as 6-star and one of their top prestige champs. Remember that most of the 6-star stones aren't given for free on this game, we have to pay for it. Kabam Mike saying, we are working to address this issue, and then we will consider any kind of compensation if necessary. I don't think that they will go out for compensation for this, but I don't know. They could say that this would be a permanent change to the champion. I don't think they will do, because it is and will have a big implication to alliances, prestige, and your own personal prestige as well. So I don't think they'll give compensation, but I definitely believe in this being sorted out sooner rather than later, especially for the prestige elements and the further domino effect that it might have for your alliance grind. Next up, and shout out to Chronic, he's doing an amazing job. So make sure you're following Chronic on Reddit and Twitter and all the relevant places, and link is in the description to this. This is amazing. Chronic puts amazing effort into, crazy effort even, into the information of champions, their debuffs. He's done tags like hashtags, interactions, immunities, you name it. Chronic has done these infographics, and they snap, crackle, and pop just the most juiciest information. This is damage over time. Link is in the description, as I said. We've got those that do degen, incinerate, those that do frostbite or cold snap even, poison, bleed, you know, you name it, it's indeed there. And there's also some other things like unique damage over time, coming from the critical failure of Domino right the way through to acid burn and so many others. So yeah, go and check this out, link is in the description, and this is always handy to have, whether or not you've got it saved on your phone, on your desktop, or wherever. It's just amazing information just to refer to. Handy for the likes of diss tracks and various different kinds of vulnerabilities, like poison vulnerability, bleed vulnerability, shock vulnerability, you name it. This is incredibly helpful for that. Next up, and a new type of event is coming this year that's going to be centered around either Morningstar, Guillotine 2099, Guillotine, and maybe one other champion. This is going to be in association with what's happened to Morningstar since the events of, well, you know, her sort of soul being taken out of the beast that is Morningstar. If you don't know what's happening, a little while ago there was an event that saw Guillotine 2099 in operation. With this kind of info here from Gabriel Fizera saying Queen Hasten, was freed from the Morningstar Iron Body by Guillotine and became Guillotine 2099. That's part of the story. I think that played out a year ago around New York Comic Con. What's left is a semi-mindless golem that has absorbed some of the consciousness of the original robot. Hasten now inhabits the old switcheroo. Ooh. And when asked about the whole situation of new champions, and as well the idea of what's happening with the Demon Sword and continuation of the story, Gabriel Fizera says we'll have an event this year exploring more of their story and the past of the Demon Sword. Now, some of you remember back along there was this sketch that Gabriel Fizera did about I think it was like it looked like a Von Doom of such, and I think I messed it up. I think I was meant to say like a different kind of Von Doom. I think I called it Cynthia Von Doom, but I think it was like I think I should have said something like Valeria Von Doom, which is the proper daughter of Doctor Doom, but it could be either or whatever potentially with that. But more along the lines of Guillotine orientated, and Latvian history has a number of Hasens, I think I'm saying that wrong, Hasens, that formed the country by conquering neighbouring kingdoms. Just look at the book page in the Blades motion comic to see how Languria and Latveria overlap. So I guess you could consider Morningstar as a proto-Latverian. it's all very cool, and I'm looking forward to this. This was one of these Kabam stories that has this kind of like medieval vibe to it, which I think I really liked, especially like I'm just very much into like medieval type stuff. Big fan of Lord of the Rings. Man, I need to do a binge watch of that. Or I've got the extended editions. I need to do a massive binge watch of that, but I need to earmark a day to watch it because that's some long ass movies. But I love it. I've popped the link in the description to the motion comic mentioned. It is still pretty cool to revisit some of these things, especially when you've got the information here, Languria. Let's talk about the map. There's like a little map here, and it's like something that says Ark. I assume that's like meant to be the castle of Morningstar, and then the surrounding kind of areas. But yeah, link is in the description, and I really look forward to this increase in the story and the lore, and as well the new event down the line. And now we've got to move into arena predictions territory, and it's been a really good time for me predicting because I'm pretty certain I got all my predictions right. There's a few kind of like top end where the predictions may be a bit heavy for things like the 4-star. The 5-star I think was a fair prediction, especially because you should have picked up the champion with the 58 mil that I predicted. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty chuffed with myself to have a bit of good time with the predictions. All predictions for round 2 are down below at the moment, so go and check them out. But let's go over some of the results because that's going to be the most key and important thing. First of all, shout out to Mr. Worldwide. Mr. Worldwide was Pitbull apparently. Mr. Pitbull plays Marvel Contest of Champions and has got position 680 with 8 mil. And to give you an idea how that kind of gets close to the 800 mark, this player did 7.2 mil and did a 798 position, which is why I'm going with my prediction for round 2 of 8.5 mil. And I know that kind of like, it's just a case of the shock value of like people going, oh right, well maybe put a bit more. You could put 8 mil in to be like just happy, but I say 8.5 mil just to kind of like just get at that point of going, look, it just got the champion. Now let's look at the 5-star. Shout out to King Cooper for sending this in. 58 mil was enough to get position 137. See, King Cooper following that 58 mil, as I said, look, bangs it in at 137. So I'm happy that people, if they did follow what I kind of said, that they got it. But as well, where does that kind of go and chart in with other stuff? Well, 54 mil was enough for 193. See that big difference there between 137 and 193 with the 54 to the 58 mil. But astoundingly, and if this is indeed believed to be true, 50.3 mil is enough for position 258. Now, I was pretty skeptical about this, but I believe this is actually legit. So that is good in a way to see that these arena scores for new champions coming in are a lot lower, bringing the threshold down and making arena more interesting to grind. And you know, I'm pretty interested with grinding out arena. I just don't have the time at the moment with just about to do the push for more paths in Abyss and as well 7.1 exploration this month. But I do want to do some more arena grinding. I guess I'll have to because I need units for further paths of Abyss. So that is my life now. Unfortunately, there's no information for the 4-star basic, but I can imagine that 1.6 to 1.8 mil was absolutely fine for X23. It's not the most newest or sought after champion, but still I can imagine there'll be players that went out for that champion as well. But thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure to check out the live streams that we'll be doing today over on Rich's Realm and as well on the RichTheMan live Twitch channel. Check out some info and videos and stuff up there. The podcast as well, because we dropped the podcast, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.